We are just weeks away from the start of hurricane season, which is June 1st of this year, lasting all the way through November. And by coincidence, we are also just a few weeks away from a Florida government shutdown, if it does in fact occur. The fiscal year starts July 1st. That means lawmakers have got to figure out a path forward on the budget if they're going to be as fully prepared as possible for this year's season. Last year, Florida tied its hurricane landfall record with 3 of the major storms coming ashore in a single season, and 2025 could again be above average. Early predictions from Colorado State suggest 17 named storms and 9 hurricanes for the Atlantic. But there's also that raging legislative tempest. Lawmakers still trying to pass a budget before July 1st to avoid Florida's first true government shutdown. The Senate president said Thursday, quote, "I believe we are making progress," in a memo, but that it's not enough to bring his chamber back before Memorial Day, further slimming the timeline for a fix. The House Speaker said something similar in his own memo after telling us this Tuesday.
How close do you feel like we are on a budget, and are we at risk of a shutdown?
I don't think we're at risk of a shutdown, but I don't think we're any closer than we were 3 weeks ago. I think we have to start all over again.
When it comes to hurricanes, a Florida shutdown could furlough employees and shutter some relief programs funded through state coffers. While it's unlikely emergency management would suffer, the state might be hindered with more financial constraints than usual.
To be honest, I'm not that concerned about a state government shutdown affecting our ability to manage the storm season.
Charles Nice, an expert on this stuff at FSU, has some good news. Florida's state-backed insurer, Citizens, and its reinsurance program won't be impacted.
So they would be fine. People would still get paid for if a loss occurs. They'd still be able to get out and to adjust claims if necessary, all that kind of fun stuff. There are a couple of state programs that may get frozen. I'd be more concerned if something was to happen to FEMA.
Well, speaking of FEMA, new concerns the federal agency is not ready for this year. CNN reporting the agency said so themselves in an internal review that found the Trump administration's cuts are having an impact.
I think we're ready for questions.
FEMA cuts came up during a presser in Miami-Dade earlier in the day, the mayor sounding unconcerned.
Certainly, we have a very strong state Department of Emergency Management that supports us in every regard. We've not been notified of any thing particularly that will affect us.
Time will tell if FEMA changes have impacts this hurricane season. Same goes for lawmakers in their search for a budget deal before the new fiscal year. Now, the gold standard for forecasting, NOAA, the National Hurricane Center, they're going to be offering their Atlantic predictions a week from Thursday. That is May 22nd. And we do know one thing for sure, which is that the first named storm of the season will be called Andrea. That's the latest out here at the state capitol. I'm Forrest Saunders reporting.